the Game Awards. Isn't that tonight?
Yep.
What's your Game of the Awards pick of the year?
I don't know. I didn't play any of them.
Me neither. Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Flesh and Blood. A pity. I'm William Table Games. Kevin Smurph Murphy.
What's up?
Kevin, what is?
I'm good. I'm chilling. I got a flight in under 12 hours to go to Seattle.
Sick.
So, yeah, we'll take that's tomorrow.
That's a tomorrow thing, and I might have to deal with
thing.
snow tomorrow. That's the reason we haven't had Pit Against. But speaking of Pit Against, it's a live call-in show. If you'd like to be live on air talking to us about your hot take, join the Pit Against Discord by clicking on the link that's in the description. And then join the waiting room channel. Put your hot take in the topics text channel. If you like your take, we'll pull you on air for a mic check. Pull you on for a mic check and then pull you on. The stream chat or in the comments for me to bring up or on Bluesky. That's where I was pulling one of those moments earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so what event you say you're going to?
Calling Seattle.
Calling
this
Seattle.
Weekend?
What is that? CC?
Yeah.
You're not flying for. No, I guess all the sages are battle hardened. What are you playing in Sage? Relegated to battle hardened.
It's pretty good.
I'm wasting time because we're dropping frames. So I am not flying out. Who are you? Are you flying? Who are you staying with? Anyone else going that I know of?
Flying solo on this one.
Flying solo on this one. Rip.
Mm-hmm.
Rip. Oh, there was a few other takes that I didn't bring up. No, you're not the only one getting stuttering from the stream. I'm the only one getting stuttering from the stream. I'm getting stuttering from the stream.
The stream itself is stuttering.
The stream itself is stuttering. I might go in and just cut this part out. I don't know why it's stuttering so bad, but
Gordon, come here. Come here.
We're gonna wait a second.
Here.
We're gonna wait a second.
Come here.
See if it lessens up. I'm not sure why it's having these troubles.
Come here.
See if it lessens up. I'm not sure why it's having these troubles.
Hey,
It's probably because I introed the show, and it just knows.
Come here, Gordon.
It just knows.
Come on. Yeah. There we go.
Look at Gordon.
They're going to try.
Big baby.
Mm-hmm.
Are we back? I'm going to act like we're back. It looks like we're back.
Doesn't... I think it's struggling.
It says we're fully back.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, it looks like we're back.
All right. So what's happened recently? A lot of things happened. Valencia
Dev
happened.
talk.
The dev talk happened. I was called out for snow duty twice. Was that right?
Yes. You called in from your truck at least twice.
Yeah. So I had to do work-related stuff, which sucks, but happens. And so we're back, which means we're going to talk about everything that's happened in the last 2 weeks, which haven't happened in the last 2 weeks. They've happened in like basically the past 2 days, right? Like, yeah, it's been pretty slow, and now it's picked back up. First thing that happened, or the biggest thing that happened, I guess, or what? No. First thing that happened, Valencia.
Yes.
Who won that? I'm testing Kevin.
Paul Van Heysel on Gravy Bones.
GB. Get that lag spike again. What the frick? Dude, this might be like, if I can be real, this might be like if it stays this buggy, it might just be we chat and then this doesn't become an episode. Like we just hang out for an hour. If it's so bad that we can't do a show.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to try again.
Down, Gordon? Or do you want to go? you want to go? You want to go? Okay, you can go.
Goodbye, Gordon.
Yeah, it's okay. Bye, Gordon. Have a good nap.
Anything interesting in Valencia?
No Syndra and no Verdants in top 8.
That is interesting.
And I think only one of each in top 20.
I've been hearing
like
that
1 and 2 or something.
Marionettes have been doing pretty well.
Minus the gravy matchup, but yeah.
I think
not a surprise.
There was people who were originally like, you have such a good gravy matchup as Marionette. And then as Gravies played it more, they were like, actually, we can kind of play around this a little bit. And there's less room for Marionette.
A lot of it. Michael Fung is casting Seattle.
That's sick. Oh, hey, we're back.
I like that.
Elsa's bringing Aurora back as a looming threat to the game. That's a funny take. A looming threat. All right. Well, let's get into the meat of it, I guess. The whole podcast is going to be about the dev talk, so let's talk about devs. I think I'm just going to talk at this point instead of worrying about the frame rates. What's the first thing you want to talk about? I guess we can talk about the Blitz and Commoner first. Knock that out.
Commoner is obviously being replaced by Silver Age. That's what we expect. That's not anything. We're not surprised by that. It's just better Commoner.
Do you want to talk to Clark about Blitz?
We can see. Did Clark have something to say about Blitz?
He said it's the only thing he wanted to talk about.
Oh, sure. We can try. I'm just going to drag him all the way in.
All right. Give me one
Clark.
second.
No.
Give me one quick second.
Okay. Well.
Sorry, but Amazon literally, or not Amazon, USPS, or UPS, the brown trucks, literally just came and dropped this off.
What is it?
I think it's the rice cooker, I don't know.
That doesn't matter right now.
It scared
What are you
crap out of
doing?
me.
The internet is bugging out. Is there anything you're doing weird on the internet?
No,
Okay. You're only running your phone?
just my phone.
Okay. I'm going to go back to this.
Okay, I'm sorry, I love you. It weirded me out, and I was like...
All right. Multiple things have happened. 1, Clark is here and he's muted. 2,
Yes.
Amazon just dropped off a rice cooker.
Okay.
3, we've confirmed there is nothing on sucking internet out of this house other than this computer.
Cool.
So I do not know why it's being a computer right now. I've actually hid the information on drop frames from myself, so I don't have to think about it.
Sure.
Clark, are you there? Caller? What's your name?
Yes, I am. You just put me right into on air before an audio check, so I was like, I'm just going to mute myself until they interact.
We know who you are. So what do you want? I mean, we already kind of premised it. Blitz?
Yeah. I put in a little take about Singleton Blitz. I think Singleton Blitz is very cool, very chic, very good. I think that it's a fantastic format, and it is the right format to try out Singleton right now.
Yes.
I brought up the idea of Singleton UPF about 1.5 years ago. I was like, 60 card Singleton UPF would be funny. And I thought at that point we had the card pool to support it.
Well, like, hold on, 60 card, 40 life?
20 life. 20 life, like 60 card, 80 total, Singleton UPF.
I don't actually know.
I don't know if that's great. I was just like, that sounds like a good... That was the thing I was trying to get people to try. Because I was like... I thought we had I thought we had just enough cards to support it, and then also... I think it shakes things up just an interesting amount, but...
Yeah. But 20 life young format is exactly where Singleton should be right now in Fab's lifespan. And like, if they wanted to test how is Singleton doing, Blitz is perfect. And everyone's big issue with Blitz was like, games are over too fast. You can just get high rolled and then the game's over. You screw up one turn, you roll scat skins and you roll a 1 and the game's over. right? I mean, that's always the case, but it's even worse in Blitz, that those small things can create such large impacts.
Yeah.
And Singleton just says, well, now it's a whole lot harder for the opponent to high roll you. It's a whole lot harder for you to high roll your opponent. So games get drawn out a little bit more. They feel a little bit more like normal flesh and blood. And when the high rolls do happen, you can chalk it up to variance and shuffle up and play another game because it's Blitz.
It's also really interesting. Something we noticed very quickly is just how fast your cards fall off in power level. So because we would get to like 25 cards in a deck out of 40 and be like, I don't know what I want to put in. Because we're used to like having 67 cards that we want to put in a deck because we're putting 3 ofs in.
80 even.
But suddenly...
Yeah,
but suddenly we're just like, we have to put some bad cards in our deck, even though it's no ban list.
Did we look at a deck like Briar? Or, just
I think Briar
Cheerio
might
deck?
actually, like, Briar would start getting a little weird. Because you won't have enough Cheerios to put in that deck.
Is there not enough Cheerios? Yeah. There's a lot of Cheerios right now.
I don't know if there's 40 that you want to play. I think you would notice after about card 30 a significant drop-off.
Okay. But that changes,
is actually
right?
really
like,
interesting.
4 years from now,
draws.
You just have 40, right? Like,
yeah, a couple of years from now, it could look
gross,
really scary.
But then you can move the Singleton to CC and you get a similar experience.
Yes.
I know that's just like a treadmill. You're just kicking the problem down the road.
Singleton LL.
Singleton LL.
Yeah.
No, totally. It's a very real.
Don't mess with CC. We know it works. No, everyone leave CC alone.
Yes.
that one works. Keep that one there.
But like the 2 decks we built at first were full power Zen, except you only have 1 Artifor and you only have 1 of each Bonds of Ancestry and you only have 1 levels, but you get all the Chi and you get Orihan.
Did you get 3 bonds?
And it like works. Yeah, you do. But then we also like put Kraken's Aether Vein Verdants back together. But we had like 25 good cards and 15 just trash cards.
It might have been more than that. It might have been
like even enough of blue 3 blocks in the game.
There definitely
You're
is.
A wizard. There are.
There definitely is, but they're like, oh.
For a second there, it was like maybe she'll have to run some 2s.
I challenged. I know
there's all zaps.
Charlie's like KO is probably fine too. I challenge you to build that deck right now during this stream. Build KO and Singleton Blitz and tell me if you get to 40 feels good cards.
I think
there is a lot of blue
hitters help a lot.
But heavy hitters helps a ton with
Art of Wars, Berserk. That might actually be fine.
Yeah, you have Buck Wild, Pulping, and Wild Ride as all go-agains. You also have Savage
Beast. Rough Up as a 2 for 7.
Rough Up will be a 2 for 7. You still have 2 copies of Bear Fangs that you get to put in. You get...
Benji?
I think it's pretty... I think that's pretty good.
You can even run like a blue Wild Ride if you want to get real crazy with it.
You could.
You shouldn't, but you could.
Yeah. But like, I think probably Ranger like would suffer the most from it. Just because you don't get Rainbow. You go -3 Bolton shots if you're like Lexi or something. You run out of good front pumps really quickly. You run out of... I mean, even then, you're still only losing like half of them, quote-unquote.
Not happy.
But
Assassin is just running every card they probably could.
Pretty close. You have some bad stealth attacks in there.
Like backstab or something. Like something you don't play. I'm thinking like specifically like Slippy. Like that's maybe the only one that is probably
but like I think it's a very...
Benji?
It was a really interesting, actually, like, first take, and it is no way should be a competitive format. But at the same time, they set it up to not be a mainstay competitive format. They didn't set that expectation. They're like, this is the literal sandbox. Mm-hmm. Literally everything is legal.
I think
to the point that someone said, go bananas.
I think Singleton also allows for a higher power level.
It does, because things are... The deck itself... the individual card power level for a single card goes up, but the average deck power level doesn't go up that much because it drops off so quickly.
Do you know what it reminds me of? Shapeshifter Cube.
Yes. Actually, yes.
It reminds me
like,
of that.
Genuinely.
Yeah. Just bringing up your hyperfixation in every conversation.
Yes. This is my new thing. I'm actually planning on doing a stream before the end of the year where it's nothing but like, I think I'm going to drag Kevin into it. Hey, Pope. We're going to try to double check all the cards in the cube. You know, give it a revamp. The end of the year refresh. Because I think we did want to change some thoughts about it. But back to Blitz, the coolest thing I think about it was they were like, 1, we're getting rid of it. Awesome. Love to hear it. 2, we'll see it once a year. They promised us a Blitz event next year. They described it as like a weekend. Like I can imagine. Yeah.
There was no official announcement, but that was big, right? Like there's going to be a very special tournament or celebration of LSS.
I think it would be cool if it was like an armory event, like how they used to do UPF once a year or something like that. Like basically mandate a event on a weekend in Flesh and Blood. And I think that would be sick. And it would be exciting for the week leading up to it and that weekend. And then I'm probably sick of it.
And then you're done with it.
I'm done with it.
You're okay with that.
And I'm okay with that. But and that's sick. That's actually kind of cool.
Here's the thing that I really like about this is they understood that if you want to play all the funny cards, it can't be a competitive format.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay with all of this.
Which they didn't do for LL.
Yeah.
And if they learned that lesson from LL, cool. I think this should have been a pretty face-up thing when we had 8 Starvo, but sure.
Clark, was there anything about Singleton Blitz more that you wanted to talk about?
Nothing more. Honestly, it's cool. It's chic. I think everyone should be excited by this. Unless you were someone who really, really loved Blitz. Of course, you lost a way that you loved playing the game.
You have the rule set saved. Go play it. I don't care. Just rule 0 it with your armory group. Go do it.
Yeah. People play Commander at home with friends. I mean, people play pre-con battles. Like
kitchen table format, you can play it however you want.
You can play it however you want to.
It was only armories anyways. They'd killed it long before this announcement.
The cards are game pieces. At your home, you can just do whatever you want with those game pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So I think that's it on
That's it. Other than
Blitz,
great dev talk.
Yeah, I was excited leaving it. But I appreciate you so much coming on. Oh my gosh, Clark, it's been a minute.
It's been a minute. Thank you for having me on.
Thank you for being on. Catch you next time. What do you want to shout out? Oh my gosh, I've not done this in a minute. Any shout outs you'd like to make?
Shout outs to Martin, the Acilio, who was first seed, I want to say, after Battlehardened Valencia, was it? Or no, Battlehardened Valencia is coming up.
Calling Valencia.
Calling Valencia.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yep.
I had a wonderful one. I think it's great to see an Acilio do well, and I think that he should have taken the whole top 8. It was sad that he didn't. But also, he is a fan of the podcast, and he came up and said hi to me at PT London. That's still one of my happiest little memories.
That's super cool. Oh my gosh. That's super sick, actually.
And now he's a local of our executive producer, because they both play in Prague.
Sick.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. Oh my gosh, small world, flesh and blood, bringing people together. Common language, blah, blah, blah. Thank you for coming on. We'll catch you next time.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, you led me to my next point, Kevin, which was LL.
Yeah.
They talked about it a bit, like a little bit. They said the LL meta at Worlds was healthy, as diverse as they wanted it to be, And as interesting as they wanted it to be, there was a lot of neat and funny decks. So they're going to bench it for an entire year.
Yeah. Yeah. There, that felt very incongruent as to kind of ideas of, we think LL is healthy in a good format and in a good place, and we're going to bench it, which, if the majority of your community is voting with their time and their wallets saying they don't want to play LL or they would rather play CC, one of us is wrong.
Well, I think they brought that up. They said that all the best players that were testing it and playing it seemed to enjoy it and found interesting depth in it, but they couldn't get the average player to even pick up the cards.
I think LL testing got somewhat inbred within each group because there was no LL data at large.
Okay.
Your LL meta and your LL experience is going to be extremely dependent on the group you were working with for Worlds. And I think some groups found the meta to be a bit wider than others.
Yeah.
Which then probably means it's somewhere in the middle, most likely. Because if one group thought the meta was very narrow because there's a couple very oppressive and very powerful decks, they think that those couple decks are more powerful and oppressive than the other groups who think the meta is a little bit wider. And the reality is probably somewhere in the middle. And I think the calling results are a little bit more representative of things than the World's results.
Okay.
I know that we saw 4 copies of Chain in top 8. And I think that is not representative of the deck, and you could see that from the games that Chain played on stream.
Yeah.
Chain was kind of beating the decks it was supposed to and losing to the decks that it was supposed to, which is losing to basically the big 3 that we saw, and it's really like a big 4 where it's like Starvo was kind of universally agreed as the gatekeeper, regardless of which testing group you came from.
Yeah,
I think Starvo was agreed to be a gatekeeper.
It kept all the
it was
stuff out.
Trying to keep like Zen in check, trying to keep Dio in check and stuff like that.
Trying.
Then there's Marlin being a very proactive disruption deck. And trying to win that way. You have the System Reset Combo Dio as a deck, and then you had Viserai, which you saw very little of at Worlds.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's just because of the way the 4-1+ bracket ended.
Yeah.
Where if there's not much Viserai in that bracket, you're not going to see Viserai in top 8.
That makes sense.
But then we see Viserai do much better in the calling, I think.
I saw one specifically do pretty good.
There sure was. I think Viserai was underrepresented, and I think also probably has better records into Chain than most of the groups that brought Chain. I think they ended up circling around in a weird way where they had a deck that beat Viserai pretty handily, but then Chain was beating that deck handily, so then they just played Chain because they thought they could play into Viserai, and I think that matchup is probably worse than they thought. But also, I guess I don't know because we didn't test Chain a ton. But I know that our Viserai player who was in the calling didn't have problems into Chain.
No.
So
he was excited when he sat down across from Chain.
He was very comfortable sitting down across from Chain.
Yeah. Even
though we hadn't tested the deck. But that could also be another factor of our testing was incredibly focused on basically the big 4 of Starvo, Viserai, Dio, Marlin.
That was our echo chamber.
Yes, that was
I want to use that expression instead of the other one.
Yep, I'm cool with that. Which, if that's not enough and the meta is in fact wider, that's fair. That still doesn't mean I think the format is in a healthy place.
Yeah.
It still has the issue of, and this is just like kind of core to Flesh and Blood of, do you want to be able to play as many heroes as possible and have like a competitive or healthy format, and those are relatively closely linked, or do you want to be able to play the funny cards, which is inherently tied to an unhealthy format.
Well, like,
because that's
can you
do you want to be able to play all of
Mhm.
your Art of Wars, your Skeleton, your High Octane, your
Yeah.
System Reset, the books fundamentally.
Yeah.
And if you start banning some of the funny cards, you can't go halfway.
So, okay, here's where I'll stop the rant and have a small conversation. No, it's fine. I enjoyed it.
Mhm.
But to have a
Mhm.
small conversation is I don't want second CC. I really don't
Sure.
even want that in Young Hero format either. Like, I want
Sure.
them all to feel a bit unique. And I feel like for LL, you need the funny cards. Can you have a
Sure.
healthy meta if it's 3 to 4 heroes max? Like, nothing else can get in. You just have funny cards. You unban a bunch of cards from
So
LL, except for maybe like chain ones. And like,
I mean, I think so there's the issue.
Is that fine?
The issue is, where do you draw the line on funny cards? Because this is the fundamental problem, and I keep freaking coming back to this. And it's Flesh and Blood is a numbers game at its core, and you can either have very linear math. At one end of the spectrum, you have very linear math, and at the other end, you have very multiplicative math. And CC usually falls somewhere in the middle. It used to be slightly more multiplicative. They banned all the books. They bring it down a bit. It's relatively linear right now compared to previous CC metas.
Yeah, yeah.
It is not purely
absolutely.
linear.
Like, I know people on the internet would immediately push back on that concept, right? Like, pinpoint why it's not, try to find cracks in it. But for argument's sake, no, you're 100% correct. Flesh and Blood is very linear in CC right now, at least compared historically.
Relative to previous CC formats, yes. Relative to Sage, no.
Yeah.
Sage is extremely linear, I think. With Chain just breaking that math a little bit.
Charlie made the KO deck, and there's not a card in here I'm disappointed to play. Like, maybe this is good. I don't know. That's actually kind of funny.
It could be.
Thank you, Charlie. Shout out to him. Love that.
But the thing that is going on here is, if you start having all the funny cards, when I say a funny card, it is a card that is highly multiplicative.
Mm-hmm.
These are things like Kraken's Aether Vein, High Octane, Art of War, basically any of the books.
Kraken's Aether Vein is like one of the two bands that I would 100% make in LL, right?
Sure. So then you have to decide how funny do you want the format to be. And if it's like max funny without just being mono verdance, sure, we can play that. But then it's like, well, is Starvo with 3 Awakening, 3 Oakenol, 3 Crippling Crush just gonna run the format? Then he's no longer policing the format. Then he is dominating the format, because he says nobody gets to play the game. Not I can play control because I have ice cards.
I think I wanted to spin the conversation where I was like, and I'll present both sides. Your side of the conversation is like, okay, how do you get there, William? Whereas the that I wanted to get to was, what if we had a 3-deck format? Is that playable? Like, you tell people you can't play Icelander in this format.
Yes.
I know she's allowed. You can't play her in this format.
If you can get to a 3-deck format that's relatively healthy, and I guess by that you're saying there's literally no tier 1.5 we have in CC
maybe
right
there's
now.
like a deck that beats one of the 3 top heroes, but it probably doesn't beat 2 of them.
And sure, okay. My issue is the cards have gotten so multiplicative. I don't know where you draw that line.
Okay.
And drawing that line is extremely difficult because of how multiplicative the value of these cards gets.
Okay.
And we've seen that with LL. They've stepped it down just repeatedly. And we're still too multiplicative because we still have Stubby's Dio with Art of War. Mono Head Jab Boost.
Dio. I don't know.
We still have that, and that's still not a healthy deck to be playing games against. It's not a deck where you're like, I feel like I get to interact and play the game. Mm-hmm. That's kind of my issue, is they want to have funny cards and have a healthy format, and I think those two things at this point are almost diametrically opposed, ideologically opposed, because it's like you can't. The game has reached a point in its lifespan where if it is an eternal format, you will have multiplicative value that just is better and doesn't care if you start at 40 health. And this is the best comparison that people had was LL is just Blitz 2 years ago. But every card is worth twice as much, but you start at twice the life total. So it doesn't matter. It's just the same. So we're just playing Blitz when we had Fatigue Ira, and that's now Starvo, and then we have Chain, and then we have like Pouncing Link's Phi is the Stubbies Dio.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, you're a 40 health format, but that doesn't matter when people present 65 damage. That's the same as presenting 35 damage on a 20 health format. It is the same results.
No, I get it.
So,
I
like,
get it. It's and I also want to take a second. I understand what you're saying. I don't have a rebuttal for it. And I'm sure I do if you give me 24 hours to think about it. But I don't.
Sure.
Like I think you have a very good point there. Chikudo, we never figured that out. Said if it's only 3 viable heroes, arguing at me, does that fundamentally go against the purpose of LL, a place for all heroes to exist? I don't think I know LSS have said that. I have never felt that format ever. It's never been that. It's never felt like that.
They have, this is my issue again, is they have said that, and they have never done that with the format. And the reason they haven't done that is because the ban list would have to be massive. You have to cut Starvo off at the knees and make Oldhim playable and make OG Bravo playable. And then you have to cut the Wizards off playable. You have to cut Chain down to Vincent.
You'd have to do hero-specific bans.
Yes, you would.
It would. You know what it would be?
To the point that you're building the Chain deck.
It wouldn't even be CC. It would be CC light.
Yes, it would.
Here's the problem. Here's the thing about that. I think the place, I've always thought that the place for all the heroes was UPF. Because it's self-policing.
Sure. It's self-correcting.
You can play literally anything.
Literally at the table.
Literally anything. And Blitz might replace that because LSS have kind of dropped UPF outside of. Yeah. And I'll be frank, I kind of have too. I'm just like, bro, when you finding 4 people to play UPF at a time? I know people want to. I've heard people talk about it. I try to grab these people, like buy the game, play game together, and then it's so hard to get it to work. And it's just like there's a place for UPF, and I think it's a really fun and interesting place, but it is so hard to get that to work together. And I think curated formats like they did for the Mastery Pack Guardian Smash Palace was great.
Yeah.
That was fun, but that felt more like limited, but in a wacky play style. I kind of liked it for that reason. Why is doing hero specific bans for LL so unpopular? It would be so impossible. The list would be so long. The amount of curating for the format would be impossible. Like it takes so much dev time, and I don't think it gets the format to a place where anybody wants to play it. Because all the decks kind of, and I'm speedrunning that because there's other things to talk about, and we kind of gotten to that answer before.
And some of them just literally become built by the dev team, saying these are the only 80 cards you can play in Chain.
Yeah, basically.
Because otherwise, it's not balanceable.
Yeah.
And
there's yellows.
This is just it. These are the 80 cards. You have 6 Bounding Demigon, and they're yellow and blue. And that's it.
It's funny. I just don't think it's viable. I think what LSS are trying to do is they have goals that they set for themselves. Yeah, I think behind the scenes, I haven't brought this up. I think behind the scenes, LSS have goals that they want formats to cover, but it's not format specific. It's just goals. They want a primary competitive format that's CC. They want a format where they can play any hero in.
They have not succeeded.
They have not succeeded, but I think that might be Blitz or UPF. Or it might be, or any card playable in it. It might be Blitz and UPF. And then there's a format where you can play any hero, and that might get closer to Silver Age. I think they also have a goal where they want like a young hero, very fast format, and that's definitely Silver Age right now. And then they want draft, which we'll get to that in a second, because I wanted to talk about draft at some point.
Yeah.
Do you want to take a brief minute and see if we can pull in Bubba?
Sure.
Back but no audio. I hope my rant on LL went through.
I have audio.
I'm so sorry. This stream has been whack, and I don't know why.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna go to mic check and grab him.
Sure.
I haven't grabbed him before.
Sounds good. All right. Sorry, the audio has been funny. I do not know why, but my internet has been whack. We tried running a Ethernet cable as a new thing recently to my laptop, and that did not go over super well, and I will be testing it more over the coming week. I appreciate everyone tuning in to watch, and I would encourage everyone at least comment if they have opinions on stuff that they think I hear. But for right now, we have a guest. We have a caller. Caller, what's your name and where are you calling from?
I'm Poopy, and I'm calling from Pittsburgh. How's it going, guys?
How's it going? Oh my gosh!
Hey, I don't know if you guys will do the show next week or whatnot, so I'll start off by just saying, hey, happy holidays, guys.
Oh my gosh!
Thank you.
I don't know if we'll be here either. Woo!
The man's gonna try and shut you down.
Yeah, dude. Holy frick! Literally. All right.
I mean, yeah, they're literally gonna call you out.
Literally, they're gonna pull me out into the streets. What do you want to talk about?
So, I know that you guys were talking about, the dev talk, and one of the things that they brought up in the dev talk is they were sort of coyly like, "Don't forget, Aurora's coming back." I hadn't forgotten. I've been thinking about it quite a bit, and I think that right now, all I've really seen from the I really haven't seen any movement since the change to the LL system that would prevent an Aurora situation again, which would be like not just a hero LLing too fast, but feeling like too present, I guess. I don't know the data. I don't know how her representation compares to something like the current meta, but I'm looking at the product map for next year, and we're seeing like Compendium of Wraith, 2 draft sets, 3 armory decks, and then mastery packs. And I'm a little bit concerned that like there's a situation I could see where like Syndra LLs and they just drop her in and she just takes the exact same place. And like I'm surprised they haven't said like, hey, she's not going to be able to Flicker Wisp combo or anything like that, where it's like, hey, this is the lesson.
Bans.
Yeah, there's no early bans. There's no like, in addition to needing a change in the LL system, this is a lesson we've learned. And I don't know if that's just they have data that someone like I play pretty often but casually.
Sure.
So, I think people, who play at a higher level have said like Aurora wasn't dominating these, tier 3 and 4 events. But to me, like as someone who went to an armory every week and it was just like I got to play 3 Auroras tonight,
Well, they have those.
Yeah.
They have those numbers too. Like they know every single time you lost to Aurora.
They don't.
Oh no! Oh no! They know my shame, But yeah, it. So I don't know what data that. Like I don't know what the data shows, but I do think it's kind of weird looking at the product map, seeing that they're gonna like drop her in. Presumably she's one of these armory decks.
Yeah.
And then it's like we've got
Maybe?
2 sets. Maybe she's some other product, but
she could be in their second set of the year because they've said that it was May-June time frame, which is when that second set drops.
And then the
It
next
also-
one will be the 20th set, so that makes sense
Yes.
for that one to be the Monarch 3 set.
Could be.
Huh?
Every set is Monarch 3.
Every set's Monarch 3.
At this
Every
set
set is
yeah.
Monarch.
Yeah.
Frick. No,
I
I
remember
think
when
that timeline
Blanche
makes
meant
sense.
Blanche meant that Rosetta was Monarch 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. Call to the Grave meant that Super Slam was a real set. It
Unrelated.
wasn't.
New best art in Flesh and Blood. That's not true. I still think Revoke Violence or whatever is the best art in Flesh and Blood.
Renounce.
But, yes, but New Blanche looks dope.
New Blanche is pretty
That's
dope.
great.
Blanche is dope. Oh my gosh. Ugh. I actually want a copy. What were we talking about? Aurora's a cancer on the game. Or
Aurora
something like that?
coming back
I
next
think
year.
I think just like where the product roadmap, like I think my concern is that the product roadmap looks so like Silver Age support right now is like all we actually have names for is like we have
Yes.
3 chapters of Silver Age and we have a set for Silver Age that it's
Yeah.
like what are you going to do? And it's not Aurora, it's Lightning Runeblade. Like everyone, like that
Sure.
that combination is just So what are you going to do to make
Yeah.
sure that this isn't just another, is it
I've-
ice? What is it? And I
Yeah.
hope they give us an answer.
I've seen
to that
Aurora's
soon.
win having never activated their hero ability.
Oh
Yeah, I
So-
mean it's a commonly said thing.
They always hold those bans until they need to. They didn't ban Berserk until the ban list before the KO Armory deck came out when Sash came out. Berserk. They didn't. They knew that card was there for a long time, for
Goliath ban.
12 months prior, and they didn't ban it. Talk a big game.
Talk a big game.
Yeah,
They
Talk a
banned
Big
that
Game
right
wasn't banned.
before the set dropped, though.
Right
It
before
wasn't-
Super Slam, but they let it go until then.
Yeah.
They know Super Slam is coming out. They know Talk a Big Game is going to be a problem. They don't ban it until right before. I imagine also Crown of Seeds ban right before Rosetta, I think it was.
Yes.
They
Yes.
kept Crown of Seeds until then.
Yes, because I
Even
was
though there
like,
was no
why
else
would you
to it.
do this? Why would you just hurt me like
Yeah.
this and out of
Yeah.
the blue and just
I
Ouch.
imagine they will do the same with Traverse before the next Mystic set, probably in 27. I imagine they're going to do some
the whole
bans
roadmap.
before the Aurora, because they've said that Flicker Wisp was a problem. And if it is Aurora coming back, you have Arc Lightning. You don't need the hero ability for that to be good. Like, you have Serenade. Like, if they're going to ban Serenade, which I don't know that they will, they might not. That'll be a weird one.
it would be funny.
It would be
it would
deserved.
be funny. It would be deserved and it'd be funny.
It would, yeah. But I think they're going to leave those bans until they need to, which is going to be, if there's a ban list between April 15th and May 15th, it's going to be that one, where I would expect those bans to happen. And I expect Flicker Wisp to be on that list if if it's Aurora, which means Arc Lightning is still there. Now, if they wanted to get rid of Arc Lightning instead, that would be interesting. And a very strange call, I think.
I don't hate it, but yeah.
They would do that the ban list before.
If they felt they
and that
needed
would
to,
be
they'd
fine.
do it.
It won't matter. And there's a little bit of like, oh, you're gonna leave us hanging until that ban list drops. It's like, it doesn't really matter. Those cards aren't moving between now and then.
No, but
Nobody's playing
Bubba's
those cards.
Mr. Bubba here is not getting any sleep right now. All he can think
Dude,
about
I'm
is
up all
Aurora.
night.
Yeah, he's up all night, bro.
I'm up all night. I want to know. I want to know that this hero was like in the product roadmap, like that there was some design consideration and not just like, oops, we messed up.
Okay.
And so we're gonna get you in Aurora as soon as possible. Like that would be it would be great to have some thematic
Sure.
understanding of what some of these sets are, maybe what some of these mastery packs are. Obviously, we're gonna get these. It's not like there's not a problem yet. There's just not information.
You're just,
But we do
Yes.
know that Aurora's coming back, and it's like,
So
without the information,
Yes.
it feels like dropping kudzu in the American Southeast, where it just absolutely it just plop and then just explodes outwards and covers the entirety of everything in the meta. And
I was just about to bring up Kudzu.
same wavelength, me and you, just right there. Love that.
Give
You know what's
Kudzu
edible?
Bonds back.
You know it's edible? Kudzu?
I don't know what it is.
Oh, it's a grass? It's a vine? It's gross.
I don't know.
It doesn't
Wait.
even taste good, but go ahead. What were you saying, Kevin? Something about kudzu.
No.
Oh.
This is their standard. I'm not surprised by it. It is what it is, and I'm gonna trust them to make the correct choices when that deck comes out, and when they show us the hero card, whether or not it matters, and then like whatever other cards they want to take with it. If they want to take, because we also don't have Starfall, which is Starfall is a pretty good card.
Oh, that's right.
It's very good for Aurora.
I know Starfall.
So the weapon is also going to matter.
They just make Starfall 2, but it like costs 2. Yeah.
I think they just put her in Mastery Pack Lightning Runeblade.
Kudzu's a weed? Well, anything's a weed.
Mastery Pack Runeblade. That could be. It honestly could be Mastery Pack Runeblade and Mastery Pack Wizard. And they bring back Icelander.
Brief little aside, because of my work experience, anything's a weed. Bermuda is both the best grass in the world and a weed. It all depends on context.
That's true.
Unless you're talking about like weed.
And with mint.
In that sense, kudzu is not weed.
No.
Don't smoke kudzu.
Nope. Don't.
Probably tastes terrible.
Mm-hmm. But I do think that they would need to address Aurora before they bring Lightning Runeblade back, because just Lightning Runeblade with Arc Lightning
how much health does Acilio have?
A bit too much. 36.
What if she had 36 health?
I think that's the lever that I was thinking is most likely to be tweaked.
It is a vine.
But I'm also I
that.
imagine there's also bans in her future. I hope that Acilio doesn't catch too many strays. Like I really don't want them to take electromagnetic somersault from Acilio, but I know eventually they probably will.
No, that card's funny. Oh.
You can have the funny cards, or you can have a balanced format.
God dang it! That's not the motif I was looking for in this episode. God dang it! All right.
I mean, it's like at least Flicker Wisp goes, and if they also take Arc Lightning, I wouldn't be surprised, because Arc Lightning just like enables a lot of your like funny turns as being an extra go again staple to a 0 for 4 or 5 or 6.
You don't have to ban Flicker Wisp if you ban Arc Lightning.
You also don't have to ban Flicker Wisp if you ban Arc Lightning, but you also like Somersault is also worse if you don't have Arc Lightning. It's still good, but it's also like that is a hit to it. But I don't know. I am willing to trust them on this one, given the way they handled the introduction of Earth and immediately getting rid of Crown of Seeds.
Fair
would
point.
be the data point I would use.
Yeah.
What he's saying is don't sweat until after the ban list before it comes out. Then you can
If they
sweat.
mess up the ban list before Aurora comes out, then
Sweat.
Yeah.
I got to imagine they just don't want like people like me tagging them every like 20 minutes when Aurora comes out. I think they're just going to be like, they know that if she's as good as she was, people are just going to be like, I don't want to play this game anymore because Aurora's ruining it.
It's completely fine, because you can just do what everyone who wins the first PQ in their local area will do, which is go pick up a Riftbound deck, play some of those games, realize the game's garbage, come back to Flesh and Blood. Thank you so much for the call.
Riftbound.
Anything you want to shout out?
Yeah, I want to tell people to smoke kudzu responsibly. It is a weed, so.
It is a weed.
It's a weed.
Yeah. I mean, happy holidays, guys. Thanks for having me on. Always good to chat with you guys.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. We'll talk to you soon.
Yar.
Yar. Got it. Heck yeah. All right.
Should I see myself out, or do you kick me?
Yeah, dude. Leave.
Oh, yeah. You
Get out.
You can hit the button. You're in a
Frick.
All right.
They should give
bye,
Aurora
guys.
a weapon that gives your attack go again for 2 resources.
Luminar Celestial
Oh,
Fury.
they errata Luminar Celestial Fury to be a Lightning Runeblade card.
Runeblade.
That's so funny.
Activate.
They
only
could
if you
they could
play
call it
Lightning
like
card this turn.
frick. What's the name of the weapon? What's Aurora's weapon?
Starfall.
Starfall Celestial Fury. That sounds great.
Oh my god, it's even on brand.
All right. We'll go back to the last point I wanted to talk about this evening. Draft.
Yeah.
Also, you're on like your third tall boy, which I think is more Arnold Palmer's, isn't it?
It sure is.
It sure is. Kevin's on
It's
brand.
a diet one too.
Oh, choice.
I mean, it's just an artificial sweetener instead of sugar in the lemonade. Like it's
Oh,
not
fair.
anything crazy.
Still sweet.
Yeah.
But draft. We're not getting draft. Like the next 6 months, basically. Like when's the next
Yeah,
draft?
it's going to be 6 months
God
from
dang.
now until our next draft set, basically.
That's so upsetting. That's going to be like close to a year of not a competitive draft format.
It'll be about 9 months, September to June. Yeah,
That's
about
so
9 months.
much.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It is not the longest they've. Is it the same as the Uprising?
What is On the Bobble gonna do?
They're scraping the barrel for ideas, dude. Like, no, they're just like, I guess we'll talk about CC a bunch.
We need to get them to play this Shapeshifter Cube. I want them to break my Shapeshifter Cube in half.
Bro, I should have made a cube so I could take it to Seattle and just be like, Yuki, please.
So no one
break
from
this.
Roanoke is going? I can't just give somebody the
I don't think
cube
so.
and give it to you for the weekend?
I don't think so.
Dang. They missed
Now
out.
we could take. I could ask Yuki if she's going to be in Columbus and if she would be down, and then she can stress test it.
They've
with
already said
a
that
bunch of us.
they wanted to draft it. We just didn't have the time at Worlds, where it all lined up for everybody. Consider it
Gotcha.
rehab from draft.
I bet Columbus would have
You
more
were
time.
such a
for
draft
people.
hater. I'm dropping in late, but did you guys talk about BNR being more about refreshing the meta and not balance? No?
Not really, but that's just like CC stuff where
I think
it wouldn't surprise me if they unbanned stuff instead of banned stuff.
I think it's
but...
interesting, but I think it's something they brought it up before. Like this is not new.
Yeah.
But I think it will be interesting. I think that'll be an interesting conversation come the ban this next week.
Yeah, I want to see
do.
what it is, and
Yeah.
I want to see how far they go in each direction.
We're not big speculators.
Because there's a meter for how much they ban and how much they unban, and I'm curious how far they go on each of those. Because they could go pretty far on both of them, honestly.
So, we had Jakudo in chat earlier. We were talking about draft
Yes.
before the stream, and they said something funny, which was... well, it started with our boy Bubba Poopy, who was in here a minute ago. They said, this draft disrespect is killing me. And Jakudo's like, why? Fast forward, Flesh and Blood doesn't need draft.
Okay, maybe not that indignant, but I understand you took personal offense to that.
I was like, what? I just hadn't even thought of it. My first game of Flesh and Blood at an LGS was a pre-release. And then the event after it, the next week, was a draft. And then the week after that was another draft. It was Tales of Aria, and everyone was super exciting. And that draft was interesting until figured out.
Sure.
It was very exciting. Also, everybody in the area was bad and new. So, like, it was just fun.
So I think part of this is Flesh and Blood inherently has some issues in draft that because of the class structure, and you can only play cards of your class in your deck. I think they have shown I have shown that they're able to adapt to that a bit. Especially like with Rosetta was, I think, a huge step forward where stuff was a lot more open.
Was so cool.
Not just the macro. I'm talking about literally just
okay.
drafting the cards.
I was
where
thinking like
every single common.
talking about Tails going to Rosetta.
Sure, yeah.
The
I mean,
upscale
yes,
by adding the
that
macro
is like
sick.
a huge upgrade.
Yeah.
But people have talked about like that macro
Sure.
was made in response to the draft format.
I do like what you're getting at too, though.
Yeah, where it's like literally the drafting experience is different, where your choices in the draft matter. And Bright Lights was obviously the pinnacle of this, where literally every card was legally playable in your deck, even if 2/3 of the cards were probably not the correct pick, or like couldn't be justified as a pick at whatever time you saw them. But it's so it's hard for them to like make a draft format because it's going to be somewhat on rails because of the class system. And like High Seas was interesting because you had 3 very distinct classes, and your overlap is pirate / generic, and you had a lot of those. Yeah, Brian Gottlieb is the I would simply get better at draft, or I would simply get better at limited.
Something like that. It's so good.
I screenshotted it. And
I
put
want
it
it on a
somewhere
shirt.
else.
Holy frick.
Yeah.
I know
I should ask him.
Maja Bays talked about that because he played Wizard, and the joke was
He
Wizards
just
can't
went
draft.
and got better at
He
draft.
just went and got better in draft.
Yeah.
On the Bobble exists because they have consistently proved time and time again, just get better at draft. You could do
I
it.
mean, Arsenal Pass exists because they wanted a limited resources for Flesh
Oh,
and Blood.
true. Yeah, exactly. It's
Like,
devolved
that's what
into
they started as.
Yeah, it's devolved a lot from that point, and not necessarily to say in a bad way. It's just different now, right? Like people change and
Yeah.
what they want out of the game changes. But like, it's draft is a skill. You can learn it.
Yes. You can get better to the point. It is much more nebulous to see results in draft than in CC, but you can absolutely become better at draft and see improvement in your results overall. And it's going to be a little bit higher variance than CC is,
Yes.
because there's less that you're in control of.
But it
100%.
But
There is more
has-
control than most people think.
there's
Is where I'm at.
Yes, and I think the variance is fine because I don't think it's so bad, but then also the concept of you're playing a card game, not chess. You playing the game for variance. There's an amount of variance in draft. Another
Sure.
pro that people don't bring up enough is that what Cat Mello brought up was draft is the great leveler. Anyone can spend $15 on a draft and go 3-0, right? There's people in Magic
Sure.
who all they do in their free time is they show up to LGSs and they just play draft 3-0 and then play another draft and then 3-0. And that's
Sure.
the skill and the game that they want to get into is the draft part of Magic.
Yeah. It's not specific.
Flesh and Blood's
Sure.
a little different, but
So being good or bad at a format is not explicitly related to it being a fun format or not. I mean, that's just personal preference then. Like, that if your argument is not that, if your argument is just I don't want to play draft,
people
then
get
that
good
also
at
doesn't-
CSGO, but I do not want to play CSGO.
So like the contingent to that, not contingent, but like the corollary to that is like, then Flesh and Blood having a draft format does not inherently make it a more fun or less fun game because you can draft it. I think. Maybe? Like
What?
if you don't have fun with draft,
Sure.
you don't need to draft.
Sure.
You don't need to.
Okay.
They've shown that they're going to put out sets that are not draftable.
Yeah. Okay, so here's my thing is like
But
the
also,
only...
if you're going
Go
to be
ahead.
competitive,
Yeah.
if you're going to be competitive, you also like whether or not you like super enjoy draft as a format should not be a part of like
Like
okay, having draft forces bad cards to be made. No, it does not force bad cards to be made.
bad cards would be made without draft.
Makes pack opening worse. Okay. that
Man, he's throwing every single thing at the wall.
that's like the first thing where I'm like, I understand what you're saying, but also, do you want every pack to be an absolute banger? Because
That's not
then
true.
card
Because
value
every pack is
terrible.
worth $5. Every box is worth, I don't know how much a box is
It's-
worth, $90. Like frick, like that's not true because every pack ends up being the price that you bought it for. All the cards go down in price equal to whatever that is.
Yes, but like you end up with a weird thing happening where if every card is a banger, is a CC banger, you like opening
That
packs
statistically
still
can't
sucks.
happen.
One, that can't happen. Two, opening packs will still suck because every card you open is the same value then.
Yeah. There is no variance in pack opening.
Yeah.
Here's
Pen will show if draft makes bad cards. No, Dynasty showed that you don't need draft to make bad cards.
That's true.
You do not need
That
a
is
draft
so
format,
true. There
a
is some
draftable set to make bad
grade
cards.
A stinkers.
Also, Dusk Till Dawn has some
Okay.
absolute shitters.
Dusk Till Dawn has cards specifically made for when everything's
Q.
special. Dude, the syndrome
Yes.
effect. JJ Scott. When everything's special, nothing's
is.
special. All right, here's the thing. Okay, here's the thing. This is why draft is important. Is because packs will always be worth the value that they are, technically. On like a grand scale. You open 1 billion packs, they're all worth $5.
The pack prices will self-adjust based on the CC card
So,
prices.
what gives packs value? The value is in playing a game in opening the pack. I hate it, but there was a kind of, I'm going to call it a draft that they did on, what's that podcast that you had me start watching, and it's actually really good. T and
Oh,
what's their names?
Jerry Thompson.
Jerry Thompson. Yes,
That podcast.
that podcast.
Frick. I don't remember the name.
They did what I'm going to call a draft, which is where they like tried to find the most. They would open a pack, and whoever had the more expensive card wins.
Oh, they pack battled.
They pack battled. It's a draft. In the idea that you are making a game out of these limited packs and you are just opening them using the variants of the packs themselves. Everyone's got this $5 pack. They're all on the same
You're playing
level.
War.
You're playing War, but with packs. And that is my least favorite way to play limited, but it is a way to extrude value out of a $5 pack.
Yes.
Outside of the $5. If you do a draft with the pack and have a mild amount of fun on an afternoon, that's worth the pack. That's worth the $5 to spend it. You spent $5 on draft chat because you got to have that experience with somebody.
Capo, they have explicitly said that Dusk Till Dawn was not initially started as a draft set. Even though it does kind of look like it, it was not explicitly started as a draft set. They have said that publicly.
They have said that. I think what it is they were trying
that
to.
might be different.
I
for
think
other
the
sets,
filler
but-
cards were supposed to be cube cards for the Light and Shadow cube.
Yes.
And
They
nobody
wanted
built
people
that.
to make Light and Shadow. cubes.
Nobody built that.
And then nobody wanted to because
like one person did probably.
You just played Luminaris Prism in that cube. You didn't do anything.
The
with
cool
new
thing
stuff.
in that cube
I don't believe
was
them.
how
This is
Soul
what they have said out loud.
worked,
They have said
but-
this.
They're great people, and
Dust-
they can. I don't want to say make mistakes, but like they can make mistakes, right? Like they can.
Oh, they can.
They
for
can
sure.
come
They
up
have-
with this idea for the set, and it just didn't. It just didn't hit.
They started out a BNR post with "We made a mistake," and
Yes.
it was banning Duskblade before the card released.
Yep.
Like,
Oh, the Dust Till Dawn's the best-selling set. I think a lot of stores.
I
And
think
other things
stores
bought it?
bought a lot of Dust Till Dawn.
I
and
think they
opened a lot of Dust Till Dawn.
They wanted to see the
and got punished for it.
They wanted to see those one-of-one cards that they did
Yeah,
not
they sure
see.
did.
Oh,
If
boy.
it was the best-selling set, it was because stores bought it, not players.
I think the lesson that they learned from it is probably akin to putting these super fancy cards, like fancier than a Fable in a set, sells sets.
Like the treasure packs.
Like the treasure packs. And I think it is an interesting thing if people like it. If people are buying it for that reason, I don't hate it.
But High Seas was just a good set without those.
My point, though,
Minus
the
the way
purpose
they
of
handled Treasure
limited
Pack.
is to give value. There's no fun in opening a pack if you know you're getting $5 worth of value out of it. And
Exactly $5.
there's also no fun if you get exactly $5. There's no fun if you get either $50 or 0. And the odds of getting the 50 is equivalent to 10 packs or whatever.
If it
right?
exactly averages out to $5 a pack, you wouldn't buy boxes.
Yes.
If you guaranteed a box was $100 of value and you spent $100 because 2 of the packs in it were always $50, yeah, that wouldn't be interesting.
I think both cases are uninteresting, and so what sells packs is what should sell packs is being able to play a game around them. Or you get some kind of bonus when you buy a box.
Yeah.
I don't know. And so in that sense, I think draft is very valuable. It is very interesting. And I think if you have draft and you have those box toppers, that covers both sides of the market. It covers the people like me who just want to have a game with their cards, a cheap game with their cards, and then it also covers Kevin's 50 golden packs. Draft matters,
yeah,
dude. It
it
super matters. All I'm saying.
It's having a good draft format matters.
I think it needs to be
Because if people
good is the right word. It does not have to be a slam dunk. It needs to be playable, and you had a good experience. Otherwise, it's pure gambling.
You have to.
Yeah.
You also have to have value in playing that format, in playing that limited format.
Yes.
And if there is no value in playing that limited format,
Yes.
Super Slam, then
Yes. Okay, I will say my one Super Slam event that I went to was worth it. It was silly and it was fun. And then I would not go to another one.
sure. I think that means it wasn't good.
All Japanese TCGs survive without draft.
Yes, their pack distribution is different, is my understanding. I think their pack distributions are going to be closer to
I think
Compendium
their argument
than they
would
are
be-
to High Seas.
I think Jakudo's argument would be, well, why don't you just have packs like that?
Sure, and they're going to do that for the set that is not draftable. They are doing a fundamentally different pack structure for Compendium.
Yeah, and
it is 3 rares.
And they're like,
or
what if
2 rares and a rare plus?
They're like,
plus
what
a
if
foil.
every set was like that?
Sure, it could be. Fab doesn't want to. LSS doesn't want to. They want to draft.
I think you could do it both ways. You could do it both ways.
These are both viable formats for a TCG to live in.
Yeah.
But saying
and Fab's
LSS
doing both.
wants there to be draft, which I guess if your argument is they don't need draft, yeah, sure, legally they don't.
But I'm not playing those Japanese TCGs.
Yes.
And half the reason is a chunk of the reason is they don't have draft.
Yeah.
Probably a quarter.
The player base of Fab thinks that the game is better when it has draft.
That's actually how I get into TCGs. Whenever I play a new TCG, I start with the draft. I start with a draft or two.
I would probably start with whatever limited format they have.
It is so easy to get in the game. You get a feel
depending
for it.
on the online client for the if I can just jump into some lower level constructed games instead of limited, I'm going to do that where I get to actually make choices and have the same consistent deck.
Okay.
But yes, I'm not playing their full constructed format in paper, buying in immediately, except Fab. Most armies are constructed, not draft. Yes, that's true. I think most armories don't have enough people to fire a draft.
I think in Magic locally, Magic
at least
specifically,
most of my armories don't have enough people to fire a draft.
I
try
agree.
to draft when we can.
That's the same in our location for Magic, and I'm just using this as an example for a TCG. I think most of the people in our local area draft or play Commander, but they don't want to play the competitive constructed formats. If they want to play a good 1v1 format, it's draft. We have huge draft events.
Mastery Pack Guardian didn't sell for shit. It also sucked to open.
It was fun to play. Well, let me rephrase that. it had a very specific playstyle, and if you enjoy that playstyle, it was fun to play. But it was
Yes.
very narrow. And I will say, I did have. It's a much more expensive. It's not as easy to get into, but everyone that played
the
Smash Palace,
the demand was much slower,
Loved
or
it.
much lower, excuse me.
Yeah. MPG sold out near you. I think it sold out
Yeah,
locally too.
we
Like
have
I don't think there's
none of
any
it.
here. I think it sold as much as they expected it to.
Even though it sucked to open.
12-pack Crack Shuffle Play.
That's
That's
crazy.
so funny. I love that. Dude, all we're doing is reading
MPG
chat.
was focused on draft. I think even though it was like they wanted a Crack Shuffle play format, that didn't.
I think
that
if
wouldn't
you
have
wanted to
mattered.
get into Guardian, like if you were like dead
It
set,
wouldn't
like
be
I
through
need to get
that.
into Guardian, you could probably start with a box of that.
I don't think so.
There's a lot of good blues in there. That's all I'm thinking about.
I think it's bad for getting into Guardian. I don't think it succeeded in either angle for constructed or Crack Shuffle play.
Okay. I have not thought about this much, so I just want to hear your opinion.
I think the best card out of that set is a generic. And I think the
well.
second best card out of that set is a generic.
Yeah. Those are both true.
It has good reprints that didn't matter. They were commons. Yeah.
In commons.
Reprinting those commons wasn't an issue.
People could probably already get their hands on those cards.
Yeah.
I don't actually know
wasn't
about
difficult to
in
get
other
those.
markets though. I don't know how hard it is to get
Sure.
commons
If this is your first, if this is the first of that product that's in Japan or wherever,
Korea
or whatever
or
country
something.
you're in, sure, fine.
I don't
But
know.
like, that was not the issue. The third best card out of the set is also generic. I think so.
I can only think of two. I can't think of what the third one is.
I'm thinking Fearless Confrontation into Base of the Mountain into Call for Backup.
I forgot about Base of the Mountain.
Yeah, I think that's better.
That's
so
a great card.
The question
Turns
mark
out.
that I have is where does Clash of Bravado fit in for all of that? Because that is a very good Guardian
That
card.
card is so good, actually.
That card is actually very good. So I'm not sure
that's
that
like
it's the
minimum
top 3 are all
sideboard forever
generics.
almost. Like it's so
Pretty
good.
close. I'm not sure it's top 3 are all generics,
It-
but
It might
it's
be
at least
third
2.
because Base of the Mountain is very contextual.
Yeah. Yeah,
But still, you have a
think-
point. Charlie got a point.
Yeah. I think Master Pack Guardian being focused on draft was not the issue. There was no value beyond those couple generics and one majestic. And the Guardian cards didn't do anything. Captain of the Guard is super underrated.
I haven't
I
seen where it's great yet.
Let me refresh my memory on it before I say anything.
3 for 5 blue block 2. Your cards that
Is
are
it
expensive.
it's a block 2?
Your cards that are expensive block +1 this turn.
Cards with power greater than these I don't. If this was a block 3, yes.
It won best.
Then it
if
would be
you
good.
do. Dude, if it had block 3, actually, that's kind of silly because your first 2 cards just block 7, right? It's basically a 4 block.
Yeah, it's trying to be a 4 block, but like it only
does
works
it
in
count
the aggro
itself
decks.
or only other cards?
Yeah, it'll see itself if it blocks something that's like 3 or a 4 or 4 or less, I should say. But like, that's only if it's. This only is good if it's blocking a 3, and then you give a 3 block blue Guardian card that's blocking a 4. And then you can give you can turn your hand into 4 blocks with this, but this itself wants to be blocking a 3. It's
Counts itself.
fine.
It sounds.
I
very
think it's
fine.
a little more niche. Maybe it's weird because like all these cards are so niche in Mastery Pack Guardian.
Isn't that a little what you want?
Who
Like,
plays Fearless Confrontation? One deck.
That
Base
is
of the
true.
Mountain is not played anymore because LL isn't played anymore.
Basically, You know, I paid $200 for that card ish. God dang.
You paid less than that. You
I
traded
did.
down.
I did. You're right.
But I don't know. I think the issue with Mastery Pack Guardian is not that it was draft focused. It's that it just didn't do anything. In the same way that Super Slam didn't do anything. Oh, KO runs Fearless Confrontation. That's right.
That makes sense.
Yeah, a blue block 3 that also gives Mandible Claw go again on demand. Yeah.
Because you could discard it.
You can discard it and
You
damage,
can also
targeting the claw.
I guess you could use its activated ability as well, and then it's also just a blue 6. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's a blue 6, but like you can swing claw with your other blue, and then discard that, targeting the claw, to give it go again, and you don't get the -1.
That's sick. Actually.
If you discard and damage.
That's
yeah,
sick.
it's a neat little card, but it's not like meta breaking that it exists.
It's just a blue.
But like the set didn't do anything. It's not that it was based around draft. Like they could have made a more powerful crack shuffle play.
What are the design goals for Mastery Pack Guardian or Mastery Pack 2? Mastery Pack Warrior, I guess. They added a decent amount of cards, not just for CC, but in hindsight Silver Age as well, and they were probably thinking about that are like anti-aura focused for Guardian.
All the cards, okay, actually I will say a lot of the cards sucked because they were Guardian cards that targeted Guardians.
And that's for the draft.
That is for draft. Okay.
And that's for draft. And
that made a lot of the cards terrible.
Shapeshifter Cube. They were thinking about Shapeshifter Cube. They had to have
It does work in Shapeshifter Cube. But I don't know. Maybe
Annexation
that's why it
or
felt so bad.
whatever of the Forge. That card's messed up.
Yeah.
If it's a Mastery Pack Warrior, I'll eat a card. Cap Mellow.
You might need to be eating a card then.
You need to. I am holding you to that. Someone write that down. They're going to eat a whole card.
I don't know. We'll see. I don't think draft is essential for TCGs, but they want it to be a thing. And
I think it's one of a few ways you can make opening packs reasonable.
Packs can have some value beyond
I think
just
it
the
can
physical
be
cards in them.
Skill testing in an interesting, even competitive environment. And I think it adds more depth to the game. So I think there's a lot of reasons for it. You don't need it, but I think there's a lot of great reasons for it. And I hate saying you don't need it. It's literally something I hadn't thought about until tonight. Real quick, is there anything you would change to the formula of Mastery Pack for Mastery Pack Warrior? What do you want to see? Is it just that all the cards are new and playable?
I mean, you're gonna need less warrior on warrior stuff, but it's like, how do you? I'm not 100% sure how to do that.
Like if you just remove the if this attacks a guardian from every single card in the set.
I mean, then the cards are insane, right? Like
probably. I
they
guess
break
you just
CC.
tune the cards down a bit, but
sure, but then they're just like taking entire points off those cards makes some of them just trash.
Like, what do you want to do? Because like you don't want to get rid of all the weaknesses for some of these guardians because that's like stupid.
Sure, but like I don't know, you need effects that are gonna like.
I think what they want.
I'm not 100% sure.
I think what you kind of want for some of these decks that aren't awesome are either more consistency pieces, which not necessarily this did, or more of those like power cards for specific use cases that they are struggling in, like or is for guardians, or maybe for warriors it might be decks that basically are going to play a strategy are going to play like single player if you're not going to present an on hit, right? Like, I assume Warrior struggles generally into Syndra, right? I don't know. Dawnblade kind of does it, but like more reasons for your opponent to interact with you other than just punch you in the mouth.
Yeah, I mean, you're just asking for
Like
like
provoke.
mastery pack. How do you fix the class?
Yeah, but you don't want to fix it too good.
Yes, I mean, welcome to any set in
Yeah.
Flesh and Blood.
Interesting.
I don't know.
It's hard. It's hard to say.
I've never designed an entire TCG set based on what already exists or however
Whereas
you
either
want to do
insane
it.
cardboard
I
or
don't know.
gutter trash. I think a lot of classes have that, and I think it's fun.
Yes, but I
It's
don't know.
9:30.
Well, it sure is.
It sure is. It's 9:30.
I have a flight at 6:30 tomorrow.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
The main thing is just like, it's been a minute since we've gotten to do this.
Yeah.
Hopefully we're back in the swing of it now, and so I'm sure the stream seems to have we've been more stable as it goes on. I might go back and just edit certain parts out, but what does it even mean to fix the class? That's a great question.
That's going to be a broad thing.
That's
too,
a broad
but-
thing. I think that mostly wraps it up. Kevin, you got any shout outs?
I don't know. Go watch Seattle this weekend. Yeah,
Sick. Watch Kevin in top 8.
maybe. We'll see.
No, thank you for tuning in. It was actually super awesome getting to talk to you. I don't know if we've chatted before because I don't recognize your name, but also I don't recognize most people if I don't see them for more than a week. So remember to go check out our merch at thetablepit-shop.fourthwall.com where you can get shirts to say things like,
Not this one.
not that one.
But Spectral will continue until morale improves.
That's the king one right there. That's the moneymaker. I got a new shirt and it's a real head scratcher. Good night. Oh my gosh. If you want to help make this stream look nicer and help get supplies for our project videos, you can support us at patreon.com/thetablepit. Mainly, I need to get the stream getting smoother. Yeah, try to get on stream, dude.
I'll see.
Kevin. Also,
If I do well,
Cat
they'll
Melon
put me
needs to
on
get
stream.
on this stream. Thank you all so much for watching. We do this every Thursday when we can. We also have no blocks, not this week, but it's on Saturdays in the mornings where we just have a chill Tower Star stream. And then the design table is a chill fab art stream, which is also normally on Saturdays, but not this weekend. This weekend I have both of my skirmishes back to back. And if I have to go in for snow tomorrow night and then get 4 hours of sleep into a skirmish, I'm going to be very grumpy. But I'm going to be very upfront with my opponents about that. Hey, I'm grumpy. Don't hit me. That's what I'm going to tell everybody.
Yep.
Thank you all so much for watching. Bye.